In this video, I will teach you how to hoop around one leg. The prerequisite for this tutorial is knowing how to hoop around both legs. Before learning how to lift your leg out of the hoop into a one-leg hooping position, I recommend getting a feel for hooping around your leg first. Begin by balancing on the leg you wish to hoop on, while raising your non-hooping leg high enough not to obstruct your hoop's rotation. Next, spin your hoop just above your knee. Keeping your foot flat on the ground, slightly bend your leg back and forth to maintain the hoop above your knee. If you find it challenging to keep your balance, you can brace your non-hooping leg up against a wall or structure of some kind for support. Sometimes having that extra support can be helpful in keeping the hoop up. As you get better using your non-hooping leg as a brace, you can practice moving your leg away from the wall and balancing on your own. Depending on the type of structure you use to brace yourself against, you might want to consider using a hoop size that will allow you to spin your hoop freely without obstruction. Keep the hoop up above your knee. Once the hoop travels below your knee, it can be challenging to maintain the hoop when you first start hooping on one leg. If your hoop starts to fall below your knee, it's okay to pick your hoop up and start over. There are ways to save the hoop from falling, which I will cover some examples later on in this video. Another possible way to hoop around one leg involves going from hooping around both legs to lifting one leg out of the hoop, which I will cover how to do in this next section. For the majority of this video, I will be spinning the hoop clockwise. However, it is also possible to perform this trick spinning the hoop counterclockwise around either your right or left leg. To get started, take your hoop and begin hooping around both legs. Bringing your legs somewhat close together, maintain the hoop just above your knees. Each time the hoop spins in front of you, creating a hole to step out of, is an opportunity to lift your leg out of the hoop. As the hoop rotates over the backside of your left leg, and the hole of the hoop spins in front of you, raise your right leg out of the hoop. Pointing your right foot downward, tightly bend your right leg upward, high enough to clear the hoop, allowing your hoop to rotate cleanly around the backside of your left leg. Once your right leg has successfully exited the hoop, you can move your right leg into various positions, some of which may require more flexibility than others. In one of the more comfortable positions, you can bend and hold your right leg in front of you. Once your leg is out of the hoop, continue hooping around your left leg, just above your knee. To keep the hoop up, slightly bend your left leg back and forth while balancing your left foot flat on the ground. Balance is crucial to hooping on one leg. If you find yourself constantly hopping or moving your foot inside the hoop, there is a chance the hoop will fall. Focus on planting your foot in one spot, creating a strong foundation with your foot on the ground. Once you start jumping and moving your foot, it can be very challenging to maintain your balance. Once you are able to lift your right leg out of the hoop and maintain the hoop around your left leg, practice inserting your right leg back into the hoop. Similar to how you lifted your leg out of the hoop, when the hole of the hoop is located in front of you, quickly insert your right leg back into the hoop to continue hooping around both legs. If necessary, you can slightly bend your right leg across your body, moving your right leg downward at a slant, in the direction your hoop is spinning to cleanly insert your right leg back into the hoop. Once you can lift one leg out of the hoop, practice lifting your other leg. As the hoop spins around your left side, creating a hole to step out of, lift your left leg out of the hoop. Practice balancing and maintaining the hoop around your right leg. As the hole of the hoop spins around your left side, insert your left leg back into the hoop. If you plan on performing in front of an audience, depending on your performance, you might not always be able to focus your attention on looking down to see when to insert your leg back into the hoop. I recommend learning how to insert your leg while focusing your eyesight and attention elsewhere. Be aware of where the hoop is as it spins around your leg. When the hoop presses up against the front of your leg, the hole of the hoop will be behind you. When the hoop presses up against the back of your leg, the hole of the hoop will be in front of you. Knowing how to lift and insert your leg without having to see the hoop to do so can be helpful when performing one-leg hooping related tricks, such as hooping with multiple hoops or combining your one-leg hooping with multiple talents. If you struggle with maintaining the hoop on your leg and the hoop starts to fall below your knee, there are ways to save the hoop from falling. If you spin the hoop clockwise to your right, lowering your right foot inside the hoop, you can carry the hoop back up above your knee to continue hooping. If you spin your hoop counterclockwise, you can use your left foot to lift the hoop. Another way you can prevent the hoop from falling, stepping your non-hooping leg out of the hoop, you can pass the hoop to your hand to transition into other hoop tricks. If you plan on learning more advanced one-leg hoop tricks, such as leg hooping reversals, then I recommend learning how to hoop in both directions on one leg, as well as switching between legs. Hooping on one leg can lead to multiple trick variations, including various leg hooping reversals. Hooping on one leg while using multiple hoops, along with other great one-leg hooping tricks. Now is the time to discover your own one-leg hooping related tricks. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you and enjoy.